Hello, Kablooey.
Hello.
Kablowy.
Kablam. Welcome.
Kablam. Kablam.
Welcome to another episode of Kablam. Wait, nope.
That's right. We brought it
DrawBomb.
back, folks. Wait, are we not? Are we
No
not
one
Kablam?
asked, but here it is. I would watch
There were
more.
a couple people who asked.
I like Kablam.
Yeah, Kablam was dope.
What was some of the goodies there? It was Prometheus and Bob. There was
Bob,
what was the
Now.
Action League Now? That's what I was trying to think of.
Life with Loopy.
Right.
They had the
Good
Amanda
stuff.
Anaconda show or something like that, didn't they?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember that one. Maybe I would if I saw it, but I don't.
Angela Anaconda. Maybe that was just like a separate show, but it felt very Kablam. What else was there? Oh, there were so many things on Kablam. I found a sale for the original Prometheus and Bob puppets. They were going for $8,000 a pop.
Wow. That's
And I was
wild.
like, damn, I would, if I had $8,000 to burn, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were like fuck you rich, then that would be that'd be a fun.
I don't think
purchase.
you even need to be like fuck you rich to have like
For
$8,000
$8,000
to
for
burn. Yeah.
for I would have to be very rich to spend $8,000 on the original Prometheus and Bob. I love the cartoon, but I don't need to have them.
I would have to be rich, but I don't think having $8,000 to blow is necessarily fuck you rich. I feel like that's still.
But I'm assuming if you're gonna buy one, you're gonna buy them both, right? So we're talking 16.
We're talking 16,000. Well, I mean, I would buy one at least. Like, you know, you don't. I
You
don't
need
think.
the set.
Do you need the set? I mean,
If you're buying one, yes. If you're spending $8,000 on one
I think it's
figure,
cool
you
if
need
you
them both.
just like to have one of them. Be like, hey, I have Bob from Prometheus and Bob. Like,
They deserve to be together, in my opinion.
they're not like puppies that like grew up together that you're adopting at the pound. It's like it's a puppet.
I don't know. I mean, if what I've seen in Toy Story is to be believed, they are very emotional creatures. Toys.
Did you find it goofy in Toy Story when Andy said goodbye to his toys? Like he was like, "Thanks, guys." Did you find that a little weird? Cause like
So,
I get it, like the toys.
I
were
got
both,
choked
like,
up originally, but in the grand scheme of things, yes, a little bit. If it weren't, you know, he doesn't know. It's a little bit goofy because he doesn't know what we know.
He doesn't
technically.
know is the thing that bothers me about it. Is like, so here's the thing. I was choked up until that moment, and then that moment
really?
happened, and then in the theater I got like stank face. I was just kind of like,
Grow up, Andy. You're going to college.
like.
They're gonna eat you alive.
As far as you know, these things have as much life to them as like the donut you ate that morning or something like that. Like there's no like you're not saying like I've had some toys that I've really loved, but I've never like even as I gave them away and was very sad, I wasn't like, thanks guys. Like I just didn't do that.
Thanks for
Maybe I'm
having
a heartless monster. I've been told that before, so I don't know.
You know,
It just
who
was
knows?
goofy. How in theaters when you were watching it, how what as you were watching it, like, and you were not aware, what did you think was the possibility that they were all gonna die and be incinerated together?
They definitely ride it right up until the line, to the point where I was starting to believe it was possible. And I'm like, there was a part of me, in hindsight, obviously they wouldn't have done this, but in the moment, there's part of me that's like, are they gonna do some fucked up, like, they get recycled into one toy so they're together forever type of thing?
Oh my god, what a horrible ending that would be. Like, they just get, like, Cronenberged together, like, that's the ending of Toy Story.
I thought...
You've
maybe.
got a friend in me.
You've got a friend inside of me.
In you. Just do
Well,
like a darken.
We're all lucky that they didn't do that.
Yeah, like when I was in theaters, I was watching it. I was in high school, I think at that point. I was dumb, and I was watching it, and I remember thinking like, okay, they're not gonna fucking do it. They're not gonna do it. And then like once they've been in that like scene where once they've been holding hands like awaiting their doom for like the 10th minute. I was just like, maybe they are gonna kill them. I don't know. It's been like an hour since they've been in this incinerator. Maybe they'll kill them. And then they didn't. And I was just like, okay.
Probably smart.
So
move.
I was right the first time.
Yeah, that was basically how it went for me. I was like, they won't. And I'm like, will they?
Yeah. I was like, I know Pixar has always been like the artsy people. Always been the ones to make people cry. I remember Up.
Yep. Up did that.
When you watched Up, did you find it really goofy when the dog said "thanks, guys" as he gave away his toys?
Yes, I cringed at that. Do you think it was goofy when the like 150-year-old man fell off a blimp to his death?
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I laughed a lot.
That guy had to be ancient because he was
old.
He was like a full-grown man going on adventures when Carl was a child.
He was wearing like World War I pilot gear, and he was alive for like cell phones.
He knew something the rest of us did not, because he was still fighting on top of a blimp, and he had to be like 200 years old or something.
He discovered the fountain of youth.
Maybe. Who knows? He's an adventurer.
Yeah, I mean that would be a cool twist.
He built a way for dogs to speak, so he's might be on some other shit.
That's true. Did you find it really goofy in WALL-E when WALL-E had to give away all of his toys?
Thanks, guys. Beep boop.
Wow. Did you actually? Okay, real question though. Did you find it goofy in WALL-E when the ship is just like, you will not live on the planet, and then Jeff Garlin is like, screw survival, I want to live, or the ship's just like, there's a moment where like they've decided they're gonna land on the planet.
Yes.
Humans are done living on this spaceship of comfort, and
the ship says no.
The ship's like no, and so Jeff Garlin, the captain,
he fights the robot.
We're going to that planet where I'm gonna fight you, robot. And then the robot ship is like, you will not survive on the planet. And then Jeff Garland's big like comeback is, I don't want to survive, I want to live.
I think that's clever-ish, right? Or am I just the sap that buys all the shit they're selling? Because it seems like everything they're laughing at, I'm like, it made me cry.
I think sometimes I'm a very jaded viewer of media.
I can be too, but maybe it's just the things you've named. I've been very invested up until these points in those films because I love WALL-E.
Yeah, I love WALL-E.
I loved Toy Story 3. So
WALL-E still might be my favorite Pixar.
I think it is my favorite Pixar. Real quick, Leviathan Den, as mentioned. It's almost to a year subscription, early December, so that's...
We should quote WALL-E on that one.
Yeah. Thanks, guy.
Thanks,
and then
guys.
Leviathan Den also says, Top Hat Yo, if you still have the file of the piece you did for me, could you please resend it? When I got my new computer, it did not carry over.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably send it.
See if you can track that fella down.
I will.
Thanks.
Gosh, new episode of DrawBomb. I guess we should probably start asking each other the usual questions.
If you want to.
Sure. So who do you think killed JFK for real?
I personally think aliens.
Man, I was gonna say aliens. What are we gonna even talk about for the next hour now? Jesus.
We're on the same page here.
That's true. What sort of movies, TV / games have you been watching, playing / reading / looking at?
Wowee.
Wow. Are we doing WALL-E? Wow.
Wowee. We're doing Wowee.
Wow. Wowee. Is that Owen Wilson's take on WALL-E? Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wowee.
Oh, jeez, Eva. Whoa. Wow.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Let's see. So I saw Dune.
Oh yeah, you did.
I have to see what Austin has to say about it, but I'll friend of the show because he's been asking me to see it. Anyways, I thought it was fine. I've never read the books, so I think that's a big thing. I think people who read the books and like them probably think this movie is very good. I was invested pretty intensely for like half of it, and then it seemed to get very boring to me at about the halfway mark. And then the movie was very long, and it just kept going, and I was praying for death for a moment, and then it got interesting again at the very end, and then it ended, and I was...
So will you watch the sequel?
I don't know. Maybe. I feel like a lot of times in these epics and stuff, they have to like make one to kind of set things up, and then it gets more fun from there.
That's fair, yeah. I mean,
and I did like aspects a lot, and as far as like the visuals and the sound design goes, awesome stuff, great. But there was just, I don't know what it is. Maybe sometimes Austin is better at putting this stuff into words than I am, so I'll have to ask his take on it next time I talk to him. But yeah, there's something about it that just seemed like it was like a little bit charmless. Not that I need like a comic relief or something, but it was just like, even in the non-stop action movies, I was starting to get bored because it felt like soulless a little bit. I don't know.
There weren't any like hooks for like there weren't any emotional hooks for you to really sink your teeth into or anything.
There were some, but not enough for me to be interested for like this giant chunk of the movie. There were emotional hooks early on. There was this like one relationship I was into, or like, you know, paying attention to, and then that fell apart, and then I kind of didn't care about the people on screen after that.
Oh, okay. That'll happen.
So, yeah. Well, don't kill off the one character who actually I'm interested in the relationship with the protagonist.
I know, that's always a shame when they do that, right? Like, they
unless
say
you have
not
something
to kill
else.
your darlings, or they say to kill your darlings, but sometimes you gotta not kill the thing that makes the story
show
compelling.
good. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I still need to think about it a little bit, but it was fine. I'll probably see the next one, but I'm not like rushing to go.
Okay.
How about you? Have you seen anything you did lately?
I finished season 1 of Stranger Things last night.
Oh wow, that new show that just came out?
Yeah, it's a new show. I think it's kind of flown under everyone's radar.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything about it. I thought it was pretty alright. I think people, if they were to watch this show, they would really catch on to the waffle imagery. I think people would really.
Are there waffles in this show? I don't recall.
There were 1 or 2, I think. We started season 2 like a little bit before we started doing this episode.
That's where I started to lose interest.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that season 2 is not so good. I've heard season 3 is all right.
Yeah, it's all right. But I'm also like, it's a show that I would have liked to be a one and done miniseries type thing. So now as they continue to make more, I'm like, meh. I already saw what I wanted to see out of it.
Yeah, I feel ya. I thought season 1 was cool. I feel like people really fucking got hype about the first season, and I liked it. I don't think I would have, even if I had watched it as everyone else was like hype about it, I don't think I would have been as like on the crazy train for it as other people were, if that makes sense.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, I liked it, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it.
But it just doesn't live up to the hype.
Yeah, there was a lot of people, like, you know, if you went on, like, Instagram or, like, any place where people were posting art, you'd just see, like, so many Stranger Things. And, I was like, you know, I watched it, I enjoyed it a lot, you know, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the first season and kind of stopped caring as much. I've still seen the rest of it though, so they got me.
Yeah. I'll probably watch the rest of it. The new season's coming out in 2022.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's like the last planned season or what's going on with that.
God, I hope so.
You know, I'm excited to be caught up to shows. I'm trying to catch up to shows now. Like, there's so many things catch up with. Wouldn't mind doing
That's
some
true.
of that.
Well, you're on your way.
On my way.
On the way.
You wanted to do crazy cool colors with this drawing, right?
Great, if you want to. I'm only the co-host of this fine show.
I know, but you mentioned you wanted to do some cool colors.
I figured since it's a simple drawing, it might be, we're making good time here.
Is this color cool enough for you? Do you want like?
I love that color. It's cool.
Okay. It's actually a warm color.
Shit. I need to turn in my art school degree.
You sure do, my man.
Boy.
I
have a question.
Yeah.
About art school. I'm just trying to think how to phrase it. What was your favorite class and why was it color theory?
I didn't have a class called color theory. I would have.
Oh, really? I had it and it was not
yeah.
my favorite. I was trying to.
I guess I maybe had a color theory class.
I was trying to be facetious.
Oh, were you? Okay. You know, I think so. There's a class. I forget if it was called explicitly color theory, but if I were to have a class called color theory, it would have been this particular class that I'm thinking of. And I remember the work being very arduous and like precise, but I don't remember hating it. I'm the teacher of that class. I also took like a extra credit, not extra credit, but like the teacher of that class offered to students, like she was doing, non-class like meditation things. And I went to that for a while, so I meditated with that teacher for like a year or two, which was really cool. But I enjoyed that color theory class. I thought that was
okay. It just was very tedious. I learned
It's a tedious class,
things.
Yeah. Like, what did they have you do in that class? Because I'm assuming they probably made you do similar things to what I had.
We were forced to paint a lot of scenes in like 3 different versions in different, like, like here, paint this still life, but do a one like in this like color, in the, like do one monochromatic, do one like all like complementary, do one, like, so you paint the same thing multiple times. That was part of it, and that was tedious.
That was interesting. Okay. I don't think we did any of that. We did ones like like I remember for the one class we had to paint a grayscale. So what we'd have to do is we had to like get like we had to cut out a specific like size of paper, and then like a specific kind of paper, and then we would have to tape off the sections, and then we would have to mix colors, and then make a grayscale of 10 like shades. So like,
we had to do that shit too.
Yeah.
That's tedious too.
That was tedious.
That's worse than the painting thing.
Yeah, I remember doing that more so than the painting thing. I don't think I ever did that painting thing that you were talking about. We had to do that then. We did that though for like multiple for every imaginable color we did like those sorts of grayscales. Like we'd start out black, like we had to paint like a whole bunch of things that were like, here is cyan, here is black, here is mid-tone cyan, here is light tone cyan, here is white, that sort of thing. Maybe I think there were probably some more steps. I think maybe 5 steps. So we had to like get like the full sort of range of that particular shade.
But I mean, I think we both have to agree that this is the reason we're so gifted now.
So smart. I'm a smart dude.
Squares.
Just as sure.
Smart.
I'm smart. Just as sure as blue and yellow make gray.
Oh no, you might be colorblind, sir.
I nailed color theory. I watched, you started up a Minecraft server, haven't you?
I did. We be mining and crafting on that sucker.
We're doing some mining.
Z-Newts, who's normally in the chat, I know for a fact he's not here right now because he's mining and crafting. So this is really backfired. Losing viewers to the Minecraft.
Viewers to the server. Shame.
Real shame.
been fun though. I've been on that server just watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, trying to get caught up. Oh, you've seen the new episode now, by the way. Of
Yeah, we just watched it today.
How is it? Is it good? Is it good shit?
It's great. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh my gosh, Xenoots is here.
In fact, here, and in fact, resents that statement.
Good to see you. Sorry, I didn't believe. Sorry, I doubted your loyalty to the stream. Never again.
Could you? How could you?
It's very rude of me.
What sort of shenanigans? What's the most shenanigans thing you've done on the Minecraft server thus far?
Shenanigans. Wow.
Yeah.
I've been mostly just building stuff. Like, we, started with an empty server, so I've been just trying to kind of get stuff going, like just buildings and things like that. So I haven't really done much shenanigans yet. I'm trying to think. I've just been hollowing out a mountain.
Minecraft's kind of a hard game to get explicitly shenanigans, and I feel like a lot of the things that you can do in Minecraft, are just your standard crafty gamey thingy.
So we can come up with. You can be creative. We can make some fun like games and stuff like that in there at some point. It's just I think we've all just kind of been like setting up our base.
This is
like,
true. We've been
bases and like getting going and.
Yeah.
And I think,
we'll
see how long we're interested in it.
I hope we're interested long enough for Austin and Kyle to play with us on Game Pass, because...
I think we will, but it also does come out like around the same time that Horizon does.
True. You've heard that Austin tell you that he's not going to be around to play.
Yes.
At the beginning, which is a shame. Damn shame.
What a fool.
What a frickin' fool.
Where's he going? Is he going on a trip? We should.
Going on a road trip. Yeah.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Going out west. I'm jealous.
I'd
like to go on a road trim.
A road trim. That fool works hard, so he should.
He does work hard. Yeah. That's true.
Go drive somewhere.
If you work hard, go drive somewhere right now.
Exactly. Xenut says, I am crafting some mine, but it's DrawBomb time. Wow. That rhymed.
Whoa. He's a poet, and he doesn't even realize.
He's unaware of this fact.
He is unaware of his poetic prowess.
Yeah, I watched the new episode of Curb today. It's funny, I'm excited it's back. It's funny, about less than a week ago, it was like 5 days ago, I was hanging out with some friends, and we were talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then Morgan's like, that comes back soon, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, probably, like, soon-ish, but I don't know when it comes back. I'm like, let me look it up, and they're like, oh, it comes out in 5 days. And that was a very exciting way to realize that soon.
Yeah. I was just, like, scrolling through my Instagram, and then, like, every 3 posts, they'll slip an ad in there for you, and I got an ad for the new season. They were doing new, like, clips of the new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I was just like, no fucking way! And then, since I just gotten access to HBO, which I had a little bit of that before, but, but because I was now, like, recently catching up on a lot of HBO, I was like, shit, I should catch up on Curb and be able to watch the new season with the gang. So that's when I decided to start catching up, and I'm towards the end of season 4 now. Very close.
You can cruise along, but also take your time so that by the time you get done with watching it, all the new stuff's finished, so that you don't have to wait each week to watch it.
This is true, but also I do kind of enjoy having the week to wait between episodes. I do think you remember them a little, like you retain them more if you have time to wait between episodes. For a lot of shows, when you binge them, the episodes do kind of blur together. And
that's fair.
But like also I don't mind binging. Like it's not like that makes me think like no to binging. But I like being able to like. I think one of the aspects I miss about older television is that with like everything being streaming and like out all the time and there's just like so much stuff to watch, it's kind of hard sometimes to have that show where you can kind of talk to other people and be like, oh my god, like have you
That's
seen
true.
that?
Everybody's watching different stuff at different times.
Yeah. Except for like when like a new Squid Game comes out or something like that, then everyone's talking about the same thing all the time and then like you talk with it, but
Well, you should go up to people and be like, dude, have you seen Stranger Things season 1 yet?
yeah, they'll be like, no.
What's
What is
that?
I've never heard of it.
Leviathan Den cashed in a little hero, hydrate with beer. I don't have any beer, which is tragic.
I'm beer right now. I am so sorry.
Oh no. It's like, I usually have it every episode, so I don't know what I'm doing.
We drank all of our beer. Like we had some beer for like a couple days, but we drank it all.
The quality of this episode will dip from my lack of beer.
Yeah.
Or maybe it will improve. Who knows?
Usually I'm like half in the bag when we do one of these episodes, and I feel like that probably doesn't help, but it also doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So,
Either way's allowed.
yeah.
We're just hanging with our friends here, so
That's right.
Why not?
This is just a friendly game of DrawBomb.
and I'm winning.
Oh man.
Leviathan Den, what are you hydrating with over there?
Yeah.
What's the beveragino of choice?
Beveragino, is that the Italian fancy word for beverage?
That's right. That's how they say it.
You learned that from Assassin's Creed when they're always just like
Yeah.
throwing in random words from another language for no reason.
Yeah, and everybody says random accents for no reason.
Yeah. Hey.
I will have one beveragino. That's what he...
Ah, you see, the thing about the plans is they'll go like this. A bibbidi bobbidi scoobidi bobbidi, you know? Capiche?
And then they go
that's how
snick.
They always do in those games. Yeah. They just like switch randomly two words in the language
This
of the
need to
place.
occasionally, even though everybody speaks perfect English no matter where it takes place in the world, they just
Yeah.
need to remind you every once in a while that this is not taking place, in America in present day.
They do.
See?
They do
Italian.
sort
We
of-
spoke Italian.
They spoke Italian. They do sort of hand wave it away. They do have an in-game reason for why that is because apparently in like the Animus there's a translator. So like in the one game I played, you can like in every single one of them I've played so far, you can like walk up to random people and then like initiate like sort of just extra conversations, and your character will be like, "Whoa, can you believe I'm in this conspiracy?" And then they'll be like, "Yeah, you're in a conspiracy,
your
man.
job
It's
that
crazy."
We've been doing it for
Yeah.
14 hours. It's new to you now?
Dude, can you believe this conspiracy?
Vanpleb says... Oh, sorry, real quick. Vanpleb says, my beveragino is Werner's. You're kind of outing yourself where you live by saying that. That's a Michigan exclusive.
Doxing.
Vanpleb
Doxing
says,
on the chat.
oh my gosh, can't type tonight. Werner's, apple juice, and grenadine. Oh, interesting.
Sounds
Never had
delicious.
that combo. Little ginger ale, apple juice, and grenadine.
I like it, I like it.
Ian, what flavor would you say grenadine is? And stop me if I brought this up on the show before.
We've brought this up on the show before, and I believe
Okay,
there
never
was
mind.
a disagreement. Or it's been brought up somewhere. I don't think it might have been on
Alright.
the show, but it's
Most
supposed
people
to
are
be-
surprised.
If I remember this conversation correctly, I said it's supposed to be cherries, and then somebody, maybe you said it was either grapefruit or like pomegranate, actually. And
It
then
is
we were like,
pomegranate.
Whoa. And then we Googled
It's not
it, and it was pomegranate.
Both you and Vanpleb are saying, like, it's supposed we're using the words it's supposed to be. She says disagree. There's no opinion here. I'm telling you that this is pomegranate flavored. It's pomegranate flavoring. That's what it is. It's not about like.
We Googled this before.
No, I
feel
don't
like
think
we're
I
terrified
don't
of these
think I.
guys.
I just don't believe it. No. Sorry, guys. It's just the way it is. I was shocked too, but I'm willing to accept when
I can't go on.
things are not as I believe.
To trust. I'm like,
Sorry
you
to
trust, man.
repeat myself. It's just people always seem shocked, so it's one of those fun things I have to mention every time I hear the word grenadine.
Grenadine. You know what is the most shocking part about grenadines is that it's not a grenade. Like it's not
It can be if you mix something with it that creates a. You put Mentos in it. No, I don't know. We'll stop this bit right now.
The best part of waking up is a Mentos in. Wait, hold on.
No, you singing Folgers.
Fresh goes better, and it's the
Mentos
freshest.
freshener.
Best part of waking up is a Mentos in your cup.
I saw this TikTok where somebody took the Mentos theme and put it over some movie where, like, I forget who it was, but some action stars like sprinting through a crowd and like knocking people over, and then he like gets onto a boat and looks back, and it like actually looked like one of those Mentos commercials, even though it was way too like aggressive. Can't remember what movie it was, but
I could imagine it being like a Taken or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I saw part of Taken 3 on TV. Like I was just like
Which part?
Oh god, I don't know. He was in like some kind of. He shot a guy in a staircase.
So somebody had already been taken, clearly.
Somebody had. I feel like this was either halfway, quarter of the way, or approaching the final climax of the film. But god damn, it was badly shot. Is all I have to say. It was just badly done at the action. It's not good.
A lot of cuts in those movies.
A lot of cuts. Death by 1,000 cuts.
You know, well, how old is Liam Neeson?
He's
up there.
It's very surprising he's still doing action movies. That's how old he is.
Right. So I think that's part of the reason with cuts is like you gotta help him out a little bit with that choreography.
It doesn't rescue them from this movie they've made.
Why do people want to keep taking his family?
Why do they want to take his daughter? He's got a special set of skills. He's made that perfectly clear.
I know. He said it once. I don't know why he needs to. Why it bears repeating.
Have you? Did you watch the first Taken movie in theaters when it came out in theaters?
I definitely did not.
You waited till it came out on.
I saw it on like DVD or whatever.
Damn.
I don't think it was supposed to be this. Do you see it in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. Yeah. I was in high school, so I didn't like.
You were taken to the theaters?
I was taken by storm. And I remember just like, well, were you not like at all intrigued by Liam Neeson's special set of skills? Like, is that not something that you were like?
I was intrigued, sure.
But you weren't like rushing to the theaters for it.
I guess not.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. That movie was pretty popular, wasn't it?
It was a popular movie, yeah.
It wasn't enough to draw me out.
I think the promotional material is more popular than those movies are. I think I've got a special set of skills. I think there's a lot of people who don't know what happens in the Taken movies, but they do know the speech.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of things from movies that I think everyone knows, whether they've seen it or not.
True, yeah.
I had a buddy who just watched... We don't just... I mean, I guess... I don't know. Anyways, I had a buddy that just watched Sixth Sense for the first time, and he didn't know the twist. And I'm like, how did you make it till now not having that spoiled for you?
You've never seen 50 First Dates? They spoil the twist ending of The Sixth Sense in 50 First Dates.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, Drew Barrymore's character is,
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
That was the movie that she watched on that day that she got her head hit. So they'd watch it for like the 80th time of their life, or not even, like they watch it like once a day each year, or once a day every day.
It's a weird movie.
And then it's a weird movie. And then she's just like walking down the hallway, and she's like, "So I can't believe it." Then she says the ending of the movie, and then I remember being like, "Oh, that's the ending of The Sixth Sense." Okay.
I saw that one in theaters, but I was younger than I should have been.
For Taken or Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Gotcha.
I
actually
it's a good
saw
movie.
Sixth Sense like 2 years ago.
I think it's decent. I think it's the reason that people keep letting Shyamalan make movies is because that one was
100%.
a good
It's a
one.
well-made movie. Like he knew what he was doing when he made that movie. Like
We just watched The Happening the other night. What'd you think about that?
God, that movie was hilarious. I don't know.
It really even wasn't that funny. It was kind of like boring.
Boring, mostly boring. Like the part that I didn't understand about The Sixth Sense, and I complained about this ad nauseum when we were watching the movie, and I'm very sorry that you guys had to put up with me complaining about this the whole time.
The Sixth Sense, or are you talking about The Happening now?
The Happening.
Okay.
But why were they driving all over the place?
I think they were trying to get away from cities because they thought it was a terrorist attack at first.
They thought they did, but the thing is, like, they didn't know anything, but they just knew that a terrorist attack had happened in New York, and then in Philly, and then they were just like, we gotta get out of it. Like, they weren't in Philly. Like, I could understand if maybe they were in Philly and they were like, oh, we should leave. They were just like in a random place, and then they started going, and then like that's what got them into trouble in the first place, was the whole just moving. Like everyone, if they had all stayed put, would have lived that movie.
They would just all like shut their windows and doors and hung out.
Yeah, they would have hung out and they would have quarantined. They would have been fine.
Granted, how long can you stay inside your house?
I don't know. I'm going on about 2 years now.
True.
Dumb movie though. The whole time Mark Wahlberg's just like Mark Wahlberg.
His dialogue is very like awkward and weird.
His dialogue's weird. He really needs direction in movies, I think, a lot of the time, because otherwise he's just gonna Mark Wahlberg it up and like.
He's just some guy.
He's just some guy. Like, here's the thing: the Mark Wahlberg thing, I think, was charming when he first started like really getting into acting. I think when after what's that Scorsese movie?
The Fighter?
No, Departed. After the Departed, you know, Wahlberg was in that, and then I started to see him in more movies after The Departed, and he was probably doing stuff for a while before that, but like then he started being like Ted, and like he just started getting cast in just like anything and everything. Like he was in The Other Guys, and like he was kind of.
The Other Guys.
I like him in The Other Guys. He like skated by for a while, at least with me, on like him being like weirdly charming and likable, like him being like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm so concerned about my family." And like that was fine for a while, and then like that's all he did, and it's still all he does. So now I'm just kind of like, now it just bores and annoys me. I'm just like, come on, man, somebody direct Mark Wahlberg so he
needs direction.
Different personality for this movie.
Otherwise, yeah, you just get the guy. It's like, oh my gosh, you're a bear that can talk.
Wow, can you believe that the thing is the way it is? It's crazy. I gotta go survive by running now. And that was him, like, in so many movies I've seen. So he was that in that movie too. He was that in the Happening, and it doesn't. It really takes the wind out of a lot of dramatic scenes when it's like people are just like fucking shooting themselves off screen. Like you hear like pop, 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 like gunshots, and then Mark Wahlberg the whole time is going like, "What's going on? Are they okay? Are they dying?
Something's happening.
Is it the Happening?" And it completely takes the wind out of any of the sales of the dramatic tension.
Yeah, there wasn't much tension in that movie. It was just weird. It was a weird movie. It felt like they kind of made it up on the spot. They had the idea about the what was going to be the killer, and they thought the reveal would be enough to carry it all, and then just nothing really happened in the film.
I like what you said about it feeling like they shot it on the spot. Like it feels like everyone got in a van and they started shooting like scenes of them in the car going like, "What's going on? We gotta get," like yelling at each other in the car like as they're like fleeing someplace. Mm-hmm. Then they were just like, "Ah, fuck it, let's roll with this. Let's see what happens." What happened? I don't know. It just felt very made on the fly. Like it was very aimless movie.
We've been watching a lot of bad movies. It was if you've been watching the show, you know because we talk about them. But the thing is, I had a realization that I mentioned to you guys the other night, where I'm like, we keep finishing these movies and being like, "Well, that sucked," and it's like, yeah, they all do. That's the whole thing. We're like hunting down the ones that are like fun to watch because they're bad, but the majority of them are just like doing taxes or something. It's just like a slog to get through.
Yeah. A lot of those movies are friggin' bad.
Not to knock people who enjoy doing their taxes. I don't want to yuck your yum.
Yeah, no, we're not yucking yums here. We don't yuck yums on this show. But yeah, we've been watching a lot of bad movies. We've watched a couple of good movies too. You know, some perfectly good bangers.
Sure, found some goodies in there.
We did. Vampire's Kiss still.
That was very fun.
Surprising home run.
Yeah, it's dark, but if you want to see a batshit crazy movie, no puns intended, watch Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage.
Watch Vampire's Kiss. It's a
It's
movie
a decent
that's so
spooky
fun.
season movie, but it's bizarre.
It ruined the lives of the people who made it.
Apparently,
It's funny.
assuming it's true, apparently it's Nicolas Cage's favorite movie he's ever made.
I can see that though. He probably had the most fun making it.
Yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
It's a bit of an intense movie, but it's a funny movie. It's
Got
like a
some
movie where it's
very dark scenes, but
very dark scenes. It's a movie that's very funny, and you're not sure if it's trying to be funny, and then like about halfway through, you realize like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they are trying to be funny.
yeah.
But you can't tell for a while.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
Enjoyed it quite a bit.
We've been kind of watching the Freddy movies too lately.
Yeah.
They're pretty fun.
So we watched and we reviewed Halloween Kills last week. And so we want to watch some movies. So we've been watching the Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and those have been quite a trip. A lot of fun though, those films.
Yeah, I like how creative they get with a lot of traditional effects and things of that nature that are pretty
Yeah,
fun.
there are some really impressive animatronics in the third one.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. Gosh. I'm so pumped for Forza. We've talked about that before, though. I'm just pumped for it.
Do you like that game or something?
I don't get it. Like,
Well, it's like we're gonna go vroom vroom and beep beep. We'll be fast and furious. I just want them to add my shitty car so I can lose every race in that.
I want them to add your shitty car too, because I want you to drive it. And I want you to be like a pro at it because you've driven it in real life. You're just gonna be
Yeah. That's the thing. I will. It'll carry over for sure.
Are you trying to add some shading to that step?
I think so. It's gonna just like do a little like subtle thing.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man.
Hey, just why don't you go ahead and go the step? There's a Wahlburgers opening in my town. Speaking of,
Oh, really?
Mark Wahlberg of the Wahlberg family.
Have you ever eaten at a Wahlburgers?
I have not.
I have. I like
What
the
are your
fries.
thoughts?
They've got good fries. They do fries in an interesting way, or they do something in an interesting way. I think it's fries.
What's interesting about their fries, Ian?
It's the way to like cut them. I think it's fries. For some reason, I'm like drawing a complete blank on this. It's like shredded fries almost.
Oh, interesting. Well,
It's good.
I'll report back.
Alrighty.
How about everybody out there? Have you ever? Have any of you eaten at any of any of the Wahlberg brothers restaurants, whether it's Wahlburgers or one of their other lesser known ones like Funky Brunch?
Funky Brunch.
What else? Alright, I think this drawing's done. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just adding weird dots to that one thing because I didn't know what else to do with it. But yeah, I'm cool with this drawing.
The chat all agrees they have been to Wahlburgers and they all love it. No.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
nobody's heard of it. And I'm not trying to like, advertise for the Wahlburgers. I don't even. It might be shit. I've never even been there. It's just this weird thing that their entire marketing campaign is, hey, I'm the guy from movies. Come have a burger.
It works though. I mean, honestly, like it makes people interested. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's at least name recognition.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Next.
Is all saved.
Oh, it's saved, all right.
Alrighty. White desk.
Xenu says, I could go for a burger right about now. Same. Who's the jerk that brought up burgers? Because now,
Xenu says I go for a burger right. Yeah. I could always go for a burger.
Yeah, it's pretty true.
I hope they die.
Burgers?
This Insano. This Captain Insano. What should we draw?
We were talking about some things, and I can't remember. There was one that I'm like, I'm gonna draw that, and then I forgot what it was. It's a real problem. I'll look for a prompt, unless anybody in the chat has...
There is actually... Yeah, I had that. Oh, I'm gonna draw all of the Toy Story characters melted together into one.
Okay, I like that. It's gonna be grotesque.
It's gonna be horrible. Why don't you draw a burger with Mark Wahlberg's?
Xenu says haunted burgers. I'll draw a ghost burger.
There you go.
If you want to draw along with us, feel free.
Yeah.
We'd love to see
we
your
have
stuff.
DrawBomb Discord. You can find it out at this link below. If you want to draw along, please do. Please draw along, and then we'll discuss it if you do. And that would be cool.
Vanpleb also says, I was thinking spooky burgers. So yeah, we're okay. Cool. It's decided.
Bada bing, bada boom.
The people know what they want.
Have you watched that Big Top Burger YouTube series?
The Worthy Kids one?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
They got some spooky burgers.
I love his stuff. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Check out Worthy Kids' work
Kids
on YouTube. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's got some really good stuff. Is he really?
I believe so.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, his work is like stuff like a studio would put out. But he just does it one man.
One man with a plan. And they're all super charming and like really good stuff. Like his stuff just makes me happy, including Big Top Burgers. You know, I saw like that he had come out with a new episode of Big Top Burgers a while ago. I haven't checked to see if there have been.
I wonder if I've seen the newest one. So Ian, are you doing anything for spooky season?
I'm doing a little pumpkin carving on Friday with some friends.
Nice.
But that's about it.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. It'll be fun.
Yeah, you should go for it. Next year, I would love to do some Halloween parties and things like that and have a lot of fun at one of those if I could go.
Yeah.
I
thought about doing one this year or something, but just not in the cards.
Yeah, it's the family was supposed to go to one this past Friday, and then they just decided not to go. So,
probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not comfortable, you should not go. It's sad because Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays to get into, and haven't done anything the last couple of years, obviously.
Yeah.
And I miss it.
I miss Halloween. I love doing Halloween parties. I love Halloween. I love dressing up in costumes. I love finding out other people's costumes because everyone always like so many people who just are not creative in normal aspects of their life. Like will have the best Halloween costume idea you've ever heard, and you're just like, God damn, why aren't you like a creative like individual more? Because you're good at it.
Right. I think most people like like to be creative. They just don't feel an urge to do it in the rest of the year. So when they have a reason, a lot of people can do some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of us that just we need that constant stream of people complimenting us on our work, so we do it year round.
Yeah. And it's we struggle to be creative, and then like those people who never flex that muscle just like will whip it out and come up with like the best thing you've ever heard of. And you'll be like, God damn it. So effortless for them.
I always get pretty into Halloween costumes. You famously you have in the past, but you've had some costumes that were like there was a period of about half a decade where I think all your costumes were made out of construction paper.
They were, and tape, yes. And I don't want to do that anymore. I've tried to like also physically like alter my body like a movie star for a Halloween costume. Like I've tried to like there was one year where I was going to dress up as a specific movie character, and I was going to train a lot to dress up like that person, and then I was going to shave my head bald for that costume. But I could never get around to it.
Some commitment right there.
Yeah, well, it's not because I didn't do it. So there's actually no commitment there. But I did work out for a while to try and get into that costume, but it still never ended up working out.
What was the costume? Oh, I remember. I remember what it was.
Yeah, I was going to try and be Bronson from the movie Bronson.
Forget about that movie sometimes. It's a good one.
It's a great movie. Folks, if you haven't seen the movie Bronson, check it out. It's classic.
It's Tom Hardy, right?
That is correct. How do you like my
I don't like it. Is that Buzz's head upside down?
No, that's Woody's.
Oh, okay. Who do we got in the peeking out of the neck?
Oh, that's Buzz, right? This is Buzz.
Okay,
right?
yeah. Okay, yeah. I see. That's like he's got that eyebrow.
Yeah. And I'm putting Woody's melted hat. The concoction now.
Boy, I'm gonna need to find some food after this episode. Your drawing is making me very hungry.
My drawing?
Yeah. Love melted plastic. Xenu says Ian's drawing Cryptoys. That's the future right there. Cryptoys.
That's right. I mean, they already make Five Nights at Freddy's toys for kids, so...
Kids love Five Nights at Freddy's.
They do. I don't totally get it.
Interesting.
I guess parents
cool.
just let kids play fucking anything these days. I don't know.
Is there any, like, I mean, I know they supposedly kill you, but, like, is there any, like, real, like, violence in those games, or they just get you and the game ends?
They just have jump scares. There's not really any violence. If you, in some of the sequels, you can read newspaper articles about, like, a bunch of kids getting eaten by the animatronics and things like that, but that's, like, at the worst it gets.
I think that's okay. I'd let my kid do that. Why not?
I guess that's
as long as it's not like keeping them up at night or something. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like as a kid, I was a huge wuss, and I get scared all the time by everything. So my parents would definitely be the kind to be like, "No, you can't play that. You'll fucking keep us up all night by being scared, you baby."
Why don't you grow up?
Yeah.
Kid.
grow up first, and then the joke's on them because now I love horror and I stand the horror genre better than some folks do.
And now they have to listen to you explain it to them all the time.
That's right.
You see, Mom and Dad, here's why Halloween Kills was a failure of a film.
You see, Michael Myers is really an interpretation of the finality of death. And what he brings to the table, metaphorically speaking, that is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
A machete.
A big knife.
He always brings that to the table.
He does bring that to. He brought several knives to that one guy's table as he mutilated his.
That's right. That was. It's possible he does that in a lot of the movies, but I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that.
Shocking.
Like he did. Yeah.
It was someone else in the room that he could kill, and he was taking his time to just stab a body that was long dead.
Yeah, I think she was dead too. The other person in that room.
Oh, I thought he hadn't gotten to her yet.
Oh, maybe. It looked like she was pretty still. So I don't know.
Gotcha. It was not a good movie, folks.
It was not a good movie. We didn't enjoy it.
I did finish Squid Game, which everybody's talking about. I know you haven't seen it, so we can't really talk about that much. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of it, and this makes it sound like I'm taking a dig at the actual game. I'm not, or the show, because I did like it. But I think a lot of what's going on with how popular it is just Netflix is good at marketing.
I think they are good at marketing. Yeah, they got to be doing something right.
Because it is a good show, but like it's not really. I wouldn't say anything about it is really like brand new. I feel like I've seen things like it before.
Right.
You know, and so the fact that people are like all talking about this thing that's not like doesn't do anything completely like unique makes me think that Netflix just knows what they're doing.
Well, I mean, same with Stranger Things. I think Netflix.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Netflix always has one or two shows each year that all of a sudden pops off, and it's all everyone talks about. And then everyone from those projects, and like, good for them. Like, you just see them for the rest of your life working on and shit.
Yeah.
Or at least for the next couple of years.
They're like made men.
Yeah, they're like made men all of a sudden, and it's like interesting. It's like, how does Netflix pull this off? Like, what do they do? Do they pay people to draw fan art for these shows, and then people on Instagram start thinking that these shows are worth watching, and then everyone watch? I don't understand. I don't know how it works.
They're doing a good job at that task. So
yeah.
Keep it up, Netflix. I think Netflix is gonna make it.
Yeah, I think this Netflix company might catch on.
Yeah. Remember, everyone keep. Someone remember, clip this episode so that when Netflix finally is successful, I can prove that I said it.
I just don't think Netflix is ever going to come up with a business model that's going to dramatically shift the paradigm of the way we we watch TV and movies. That
Probably
I don't
not.
see happening. You can put that one.
I mean,
take it to the bank.
There's a reason it hasn't changed in like forever. I mean, they tried to do like things like 3D, and that eventually is just a gimmick because it's like it's not reasonable to do it like that. Like it might be like fun to be like, wow, this is unique, but in the end, it's kind of like annoying and extra.
Yeah. My joke was that Netflix has already radically altered the paradigm of how we.
That's true. That's true. I guess I was thinking, it's almost like it's been such a thing for so long that I almost forget that
you forgot that they
were the ones who did it.
Who started like streaming? I don't want to say started, but they were one of the first people to really.
We're the first ones to like basically be their own network that you could subscribe to.
Well, except for HBO.
Oh, yeah, HBO is doing that, I suppose,
but streaming is like really the
yeah, they were the ones streaming it.
It was funny too because I remember for the longest time, like you could find after a while you could find like everything on Netflix streaming, and then the moment they announced that they were going to start making original content, it's like all of a sudden like a million networks were like, well, we're taking our shit off Netflix. They've become too powerful. What have we done? And you know, it's now we have a million streaming services.
And, you know, cable, it will end up being just like cable again at one point when every show is on a different service and you have to rent all the different services you want.
All right.
But
we're gonna start
at least
pirating
now
stuff
you can
all
curate
over
it. Yeah. Everything's like swings like a pendulum. But at least you can pick a little bit more of the things you want than before.
This is true.
And everybody can just trade their passwords and don't have to pay for it all.
We don't do that.
Do that. No, God no.
How could you even discuss that?
I wouldn't dare take the money out of the pocket of Netflix executives and
these
Jeff Bezos
executives really need my money. Jeffrey Bezos.
I mean, if I stop giving Jeffrey Bezos money, he might not accidentally die in space.
This is true.
So I gotta keep.
God, I would really love.
Gotta keep paying for that.
For that to happen, we want it to happen so bad. Jeffrey Bezos, just do the world a favor and just die in space, or in general. You know, whenever you might do it, really is fine. But it would be fun if it was in space. Man, oh man, what sort of have you been playing any games like aside from the Minecrafting?
Not a lot. I've been playing some New World still, but they've been having some weird issues lately with some bugs. They're creating like server transfers, and that's created some bugs in the process, and I don't know. There's stuff going on there, but I've been playing a little bit of that. Minecraft. I feel like there's something else. I think that's pretty much it right now for me. Yeah, how about you? Oh, you've been playing the Crew.
I've been playing the Crew, the Minecraft. Nothing too much because I still haven't my computer situation isn't completely rectified. Still sort of working with that whole situation. So I finished the Crew. I beat the shit out of that game. So now I'm doing the Crew 2 while we wait for Forza. That's it. I played one called The Good Life, I think it's called. It's on Game Pass. Yeah, The Good Life. And it seemed kind of fun, so I thought I might try streaming it when I play through it. So, we'll see how that goes. Cool. Might do that this week.
What is that game about?
As far as I can tell, it's like a little bit of a life sim game. Like you end up in this town. You're like a photojournalist who's in debt, so you gotta take pictures of things to send to your photojournalist company to make money to work off your debt. So there's like a little bit of Animal Crossing element to it with the whole being in debt thing. And then you move to this like quiet, idyllic town in like Britain or something like that from New York. And I guess you find out that at nighttime the town's inhabitants all turn into cats and dogs.
That's funny.
And that's where I'm at so far.
That's a fun concept.
Yeah, it's cute. It's charming. I'm pretty charmed by the presentation of the whole thing so far. So, I was like, oh, maybe I'll try streaming this and we'll see how goofy this shit gets.
Nice. Well, let me know when you're streaming. I'll tune into that.
Oh hell yeah!
Are you gonna stream it on Mondays at 8 o'clock Eastern time?
No, I have a different sort of obligation that I do at Mondays at 8 o'clock. Did you know that? Did you know about this obligation of mine?
What's that obligation?
It's this really fucking shitty show that fucking sucks.
Oh man. You really bust our chops week after week.
I'm a chop buster, what can I say?
I don't know what else you would say.
What do you think? Do you think the term "busting chops" came from the movie Rocky when Rocky Balboa was fighting all that meat in the back of that frozen locker? He was like
he busts some chops.
Yeah, do you
I
think that's
mean,
where they
you're
came up
supposed
with
to tenderize chops.
it? You are.
Yeah.
And he's doing
I'm not
it.
sure.
He's-
You say he busted them, or he improved them?
Well, I mean, I think the busting is the punching part. Like, it's not like he's busting them like he's ruining them. He's like, you know, busting, punching them.
Yep, you know what? Yes, that is definitely where that came from, I think.
It's the only option that makes sense to me.
Right. I'm gonna look that up.
Okay.
I need to know where busting chops came from.
Etymology of the phrase "busting chops." Here we go, folks. You learned it here first, folks.
All right, let's see. No, I don't want to accept all cookies.
I hate getting asked that question on every website. Like my least favorite shit. Like whatever law made it so our computers are safer because we get to turn off all the cookies and shit. I wish that law didn't happen. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Disinfect my computer, daddy.
They all want to feed me their cookies, and I'm not trying to quit the things.
So dumb.
I'm reading. A lot of people have theories, but I'm looking for an official.
What's the verdict?
I believe Leviathan says, "Are my messages going through? We haven't seen a message from you since."
Hydrate with beer.
Yeah, that was the last thing we saw. Busting, I think chops means like your face, like your jaw.
Yeah.
Chops. So like, it's basically like, don't break my balls, but like an older version of saying that, like don't
slap my face.
Yeah, don't punch me in the face. Like don't give me shit. I don't know. That's kind of what I've gathered.
I sort of actually assumed that chops would mean like the jowl area because of mutton chops, but
yeah.
Still, don't bust my chops.
I wouldn't dream of it.
What's that one song? Don't go breaking my heart.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Don't go busting my chops.
But the Billy Joel. I think it's Billy Joel.
I don't know. I was hoping you would know the answer to that one. Pat Benatar.
And she sings with a guy.
Oh, I mean,
is it? Oh, I gotcha. It might be. I don't know. It might be Elton John. I don't know. Those are two very different singers, Billy Joel and Elton John, but
yeah, I feel
they both play pianos. Isn't
it sung by a woman though?
Yeah, but it's a guy and a girl. It's Elton John.
It's Elton John.
It's a guy and a girl, like they sing it together.
Oh, interesting.
If we're thinking the same song, it's Elton John and who? Who is the woman?
There's definitely a piano.
Kiki D.
Kiki D. Really?
Elton John and Kiki D.
What else has she done?
What hasn't she done? Am I right? Kiki D. What has Kiki D done? Kiki D. I don't know her other songs. I don't recognize other Kiki D works. What else has Kiki D done? I do not know.
What's eating Kiki D?
Kiki. Kiki.
Kiki. Kiki.
Alright. Making fun of a woman's name.
Yeah, I just realized we're making fun of a poor woman's name. We should probably stop.
And she's accomplished more than we have.
Yeah, she's famous. She sung a song that I consider a cultural statement.
The best song that's ever been written. You heard it here first, folks. Ian. thinks it's the best song of all time.
That's true, and that's why, you know, you heard it here first, folks. Brandon's favorite movie is
Big Bang Theory, the movie.
Big Bang Theory, the movie. He's just crazy for Sheldon.
And
He's
you know,
hilarious.
I know that now. I'm not an idiot. I know that movie doesn't exist, but I like to watch the whole series without it turning it off, and I
In
call
one
that
sitting.
the movie.
Yeah.
Takes a week.
I don't
My
see
family
that.
thinks I am struggling with drugs, but what I'm actually doing, that's the excuse I've made to buy myself time while I just watch the Big Bang Theory movie.
My family thinks I'm struggling with drugs, but actually I'm struggling with depression.
Now with streaming services, you can watch Big Bang Theory without ever leaving your bed.
This is true. HBO.
Which one? Which is your favorite Big Bang, Big Banger on the Big Bang Theory?
What's my favorite?
Who's your
my
favorite Big
character, or what's
Banger?
my favorite?
Yeah, that's what us bangheads call the big bangers.
Bangheads. You know, I'm a big fan of Raj Koothrappali. I think he's hilarious. I'm glad once they got over his arc where he couldn't speak to women without Howard speaking, like, you know, talking to Howard first. Like, I thought once they worked past that character thing, I enjoyed his character a lot more because then he could talk more. You know, Howard Wolowitz, he's hilarious. He's just a creeper, and you know, he's very funny and blunt. Gosh, you know, there's so many good characters to pick from.
I couldn't have said it better
The
myself.
guy who's the geologist, who's played by Brian Posehn, he's great.
Boy, there's so many great bangers.
That's right.
Big banging.
When the bangers in the episode of Big Bang, when bangers go to Wahlburgers, we call them the wall bangers. Wall bangers.
Wow, this episode I think is going to be one of our best.
One for the books. People are having such a good time.
The chat is purging itself.
Yeah.
Vanpleb says, these are pretty spooky and gonna give me some crazy nightmares. Yeah, which one is scarier? That's the question. I think yours, Ian.
Mine? Why? It's just our beloved characters melted together into a horrific Cronenberg.
Thanks, guys. This thing shows up on Andy's like bed in the middle of the night. Andy, I found you.
Why did you give us away, Andy?
I want its voice to be all the characters' voices in the exact same like tempo.
Yeah. You are a toy. Oh yeah. I'm trying to do Mr. Potato Head, but yeah, they're this would be horrific to see. Who's your favorite toy story?
Are you asking what's my favorite toy or my favorite movie?
What's your favorite toy?
My favorite toy. I like the squeaky shark that pops up and goes howdy howdy howdy. No,
it's a good choice.
I don't.
I'm a big fan of the snake in Woody's boot.
Yeah, is he there the whole time?
Yeah. He's just uncredited role. If you listen closely, sometimes you hear him going.
I heard he doesn't get enough credit. That snake.
He truly doesn't.
Vanpleber, or excuse me, Leviathan Den. You having issues with your Twitch, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, what's happening there? Why aren't your posts posting? Huh? Can you what's the story behind your haunted burger here? This looks like a fucked up burger.
So this burger here, there's a lot of stuff going on. This burger is a burger that was at McDonald's. They dropped it under the counter and it stayed there for 30 years. And they dropped it on Halloween 30 years ago.
Whoa.
And then they find it and they're like, oh shit, we could still get money for this. So they sell it to a driver of a bus filled with killer
mentally toxic waste.
killer mentally disturbed murderers on a bus.
Mentally ill toxic waste murderers.
And the bus driver eats the burger and crashes the bus.
He goes, "What's this?" and then he keels over.
Then the bus crashes and all of the murderers they all die in the crash. And then the burger
they all melded together into a horrible toy chimera.
And then the burger comes alive because one of the murderers was doing a satanic ritual on the bus right before it crashes. And then
I love how satanic rituals is just like easy. We've got our plan figured out.
Buys you a lot of wiggle room.
It does. Like we watched that what was it called? Willy's Wonderland or something like that, where it's like the Five Nights at Freddy's-esque movie.
Yeah.
And, they just hand wave away the fact that the puppets are coming to life by saying like, yeah, satanic kid murderers. Of course the shit would go crazy. Like that's how they get away with it.
It's great. You just say, you know, something to do with the devil, and everybody goes, yeah, that sounds believable.
All right.
Satanists get a bad rap, you know.
They do. They really do. When really, I mean, all they want is to worship the devil, man. Like, give them a break. I don't know what everyone's problem is.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Jeez, oh Pete's is right.
Ian, you said you could always go for a burger. Would you go for this burger right here?
That one, no. I mean, when I say a burger, I mean like an edible burger.
What? What's not edible about this burger?
Oh, you know, just like the blood and the ghosts coming out of it and the fact that it looks like it's growing teeth.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like a very...
You don't really want to find a tooth in your burger, usually.
No, honestly, if I were to like eat a food and I were to find a fucking tooth in it, I would probably be dissuaded from eating food for a very long time.
I think I would just die because I would starve to death after that.
Yeah.
If you eat a tooth, you get to play a fun game where you find out which tooth is stronger, your tooth or the tooth you're biting into.
Let's talk about something else. Anything else.
Okay, fine, I guess. I bring these grade A topics up that we could obviously go into lots of detail.
This is the stuff people want to hear.
People love it, you know. People come flocking to our show to hear about it, and you just shut it down immediately. Fine.
Whose tooth do you think would be stronger, your tooth or like a decapitated head that was put onto a plate in front of you?
God, well, you know, hopefully my tooth. But you know, when you're chomping on a tooth, as we've all done,
when you're chopping on teeth, Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
dude.
oh, it's this new snack. It's by Nature Valley. It's a big bar of teeth. That's the new snack. Just a big bar made of teeth.
Nature
Look, it
Valley.
says 95% real enamel.
Nature Valley refuses to do any sort of crowdsourcing to find out if. Hey, Bill, I think we should make these granola bars more crumbly. They have too much structural integrity. I want them to. The moment you unwrap it, half the things should already be a fine powder. What's remaining within one bite, I want to shatter into a billion pieces all over your car seat and go right into the little crevices where you can't get it out.
I want when you open up one of our Nature Valley granola bars for like the slightest gust of wind to blow just all of it out of your hand, like so ashes of a loved one that you're scattering on the beach. That's what we're looking for here at Nature Valley. A real, like, dust in the wind sort of mentality towards what our bars act like.
I actually like those things, but they're so messy.
Oh, I love them. They're so delicious. Yeah, they're messy.
We're talking about some original stuff here. I don't think anybody's ever commented on the fact that those things are crumbling.
No, I don't think so. I think that's the one topic that gets overlooked. We're really speaking truth to power on this one.
That's right. I think some people are scared to go up against big granola, but not me. Not
big
me.
Granola. We took down Big Granola. They were killing people with all of the rat poison they were putting in their bars.
Oh my god.
I finished my horrific Toy Story nightmare.
So I see, oh god, poor Rex there. He's like,
Yeah.
he's no more of his face left. I see Rex. Okay, I see Mr. Potato Head in there. I see. I like this. This is actually. I didn't really stop and look at this till now. It's really disturbing. You did a great job. I feel like that was the goal.
Thank you, yeah. I was trying to make something a little fucked up.
Well, mission accomplished. Alright. It is, probably this is the last show we're going to do before Halloween, so.
Is it really? Oh my god, you're right.
Right? So we got to bring the scares.
Yeah.
The booze.
The booze.
Boo! And such. Sorry if we scared you too much, but we, it's just what we do here. We like to have fun.
I'm a very soft-spoken ghost, so allow me to say a boo.
Boo! You stink.
Boo. Yeah, somebody scare us by saying boo. Amflev says, so the turkeys begin next week. That is correct. Turkey time.
I mean, in my opinion, this show always has a couple of turkeys year round. Am I right?
This fucking guy always fucking talking negatively about me like I'm some sort of fucking mook. Brain him on the fucking with a pipe if he doesn't stop being such a negative Nelly.
You turkey.
Ooh, turkey, you.
Speaking of turkeys, are you excited to eat Thanksgiving food, Ian?
Oh, me too.
I said, are you excited to eat Thanksgiving food? And you said,
me too.
Me too.
I thought you said I'm excited to eat Thanksgiving food.
Well, I mean, I am. Sure.
Oh.
Ooh,
well, I did also still answer your question, technically. I just answered it. It's like when you say the right answer on Jeopardy, but you don't say, like, who is.
In the form of a question, please.
Yeah. I didn't do that. I fucked up. I have fucked up now.
Now you fucked up.
Now you fucked up.
I'm almost done with my spooky burger. And then what should be our last segment of the show?
I don't don't know, man. What,
You're supposed to have all the segments ready to go.
I'm supposed to plan these out. I'm supposed to get the bumpers ready.
That's right.
Okay.
I mean, I know we never discussed that before, but jeez.
How about oh shit, I don't know, man.
No, I'm just kidding. Nope. I actually don't put that pressure on you. I was just joking. Just joking, kidding.
Art Props said no, that one's stupid. The Grim Reaper that's stupid. That's stupid.
Leviathan Dunn says they're still having some problems. Sorry to hear that.
That's
Hopefully Twitch gets their shit together.
That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid.
They have a lot of stupid ideas over there.
That's stupid. Yeah, I'm not feeling any of these ideas on this website.
That's alright. That's alright. We don't gotta do those. We don't gotta friggin' do those.
Oh man. What am I gonna do?
I'm almost done with this, and then we'll figure out something else.
What if you draw SpongeBob characters as classic movie killers?
I'm not against that idea.
You know, just think about it. I think the part that makes me want to eat this burger the least are the nails in it.
So not the teeth, the nails.
It's the teeth don't help, nor does the blood coming out of it, but the nails really just make this look hazardous to my health.
Yeah, I say don't eat it, honestly. If I have to give you some real advice, don't eat this thing.
I appreciate that.
Don't even do it. I know you're thinking about don't do it, okay?
That's good because I was on the cusp. I was on the cusp of putting that damn thing right in my fucking mouth.
It's a drawing, so you can't really eat it anyway. So you can't eat it. I mean, you can eat a drawing, but it's not. You're not actually eating the burger. You're eating a piece of paper that you printed out.
I'm gonna cut the piece of paper out.
Put it inside some beef. Cook it.
Yeah.
And then it is a burger.
There you go, bada bing, bada boom.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
These are some scaries. Alright.
These are some disturbing drawings.
Leviathan Dunn says, I think I'm just going to subscribe for an entire year in December, all through next year. Wow. You sir, you're putting food on our tables and we appreciate it.
Who's this great Gatsby fella here?
Crazy Kyle subscribed for 15 months. My God, Kyle, you are
crazy, Kyle.
Gotta love Kyle.
Crazy, my dude.
He's crazy because he subscribes for 15 months straight.
In the words of Jay-Z, you crazy for this one.
It's true. He's bugging. Crazy Kyle says that burger looks straight out of Real Monsters. Yes.
That actually, he's accurate about that.
That's true. I forgot about that show.
Good show.
It's a good show. Wow. So you ever watch the Real Monsters movie, where you just watch the whole series?
Oh yeah, where I watch the whole series one after the other. Yeah. How did you know?
I mean, we all do it. All right.
We all do it.
Come on.
Don't act like we don't. We all do it.
Conversation is. I'm struggling this evening, but I'm having a good time.
Sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. I just, words are not. The words, usually, people see the show and they must think, that Brandon guy, he must have this all scripted. These hilarious jokes, all these bits, like, he must have planned these out and put a lot of work into it because they're so good.
Funny.
But this time, I just, it ain't coming to me. Leviathan Den says,
like crazy.
It's the nasty patty from SpongeBob. Yes, that's also true. It is a nasty patty.
They reminded me of the Pretty Patties. That's honestly why I. Like you got punched. They do remind me of the Pretty Patties from SpongeBob. That's kind of why I got the idea.
No, that's the opposite. That's pretty. This one's nasty. Got it backwards, Ian.
You know you're right, and when you're right, you're right.
But the fact that the Pretty Patties did not look appetizing at all.
No, they didn't actually. It's like we've talked about this before, but it's like when Heinz was like, "Here's ketchup." It's like red, green. Well, here's ketchup. There's red, like normal ketchup, but then there's also green, purple, and black.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What the fuck?"
Which killer are you doing so that I don't do the same one?
I was gonna do SpongeBob as Freddy Krueger.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do Jason.
Okay.
Question is, should I do Squidward or Patrick?
Squidward, I feel like is Jason. I was gonna do Patrick as Mike Myers because I felt like that felt right.
Cool.
But you know, you can do whatever you want. Like it's not.
Oh, thanks, man. You're too good to me. Kyle says, nice timing. Thank you. I've been practicing getting punched in the face my whole life.
We actually did have like a practice session.
Yeah, Ian says, nah, you don't quite got it. You got it. Let's do another one. And I'm like, all right.
And then I punched him again.
It's almost like you were just punching me because you wanted to punch me.
You're being paranoid.
True. That's true.
You're being a paranoid Percy.
Leviathan Den says Patrick is more of a Leatherface. I could see that as well.
I could actually totally see that, yeah.
Alright. Let's do a little Squidward action. I like that everybody just agrees that Squidward is Jason, though.
Yeah. Well, because, like, Jason's, like, all about killing these, like, young kids while they're having fun because they're having fun and, like, too busy being, like, having sex with each other to go save, like, a drowning child.
Jason's like, boo-hoo, I died. Now everybody else has to die. It's like...
Bo-ho, I died. Now everybody else has to die.
It's gonna be hard to make this mask, though, with Squidward's nose and stuff. I'm just gonna include the nose through the mask. We'll see.
So, best SpongeBob episode, Sweet Victory, right? Like, we all agree?
I don't think so. I love that one, but I don't know if it's the best.
We can't be friends anymore.
Alright, fine. Oh! Leviathan Den says Squidward could be Hellraiser. That actually might be
I could totally see
better.
Squidward as a Hellraiser. I drew...
I might do that. Oh, I mean, it's funny. It's funny... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, what were we going to say first?
It's funny, because we were making this joke last episode where we kept calling Michael Myers Halloween, but Hellraiser, people actually do call that guy on the cover Hellraiser, and he is not named Hellraiser. Yeah, Pinhead. Oh, here comes Hellraiser.
Oh boy, here comes Hellraiser, raising hell like Hellraiser does. I drew for like the one stream that I helped moderate last night. I drew some of the Frasier characters as Hellraiser Cenobites. That's it. That's all I got.
To be honest, I've never actually seen any of the Hellraiser movies.
Me neither.
We should watch them.
We should. I agree. I've heard the first one's good, and I hear the rest you can skip.
Well, I guess we'll watch them all.
Yeah. Bad movie night.
My thoughts exactly.
Oh, Squidward, I'm gonna invade your dreams, bitch.
You really did start saying bitch a lot. So we've been watching The Nightmare on Elm Street. We've talked about that, but like the first two are like normal, and we were talking about how like Freddy Krueger is kind of like Deadpool, of the Deadpool of the serial killer, like the slasher movie villains, because he's like the murderer with a mouth. And we were also talking about like the Rick and Morty parody of Hellraiser, where it's just like, does he really say bitch all the time? Because in the Rick and Morty parody of Freddy Krueger, he's like, bitch is kind of like his character's thing. And then we just got to the third movie, and he's called
started dropping it a lot.
Started dropping the B word quite a bit. So the answer is yes.
All the bad guys in Dune look like Xenobites.
Oh yeah.
They're all like Uncle Fester, like latex, like goth. Like everything's like
Interesting.
black leather and like sludge, and they're all pale,
But it's a pretty
hairless. Yeah, visually, I like that. I like that.
Because Austin, friend of the show, guest of the show, has been like adamant that if we're gonna watch it, we watch it in a theater.
Yeah.
'Cause apparently it's about the visual spectacle of it.
I'm curious to see what he says about it.
Me too. Now you guys can have a for realsies conversation.
Finally.
Finally.
Now I want to watch Hellraiser.
Oh, we can. I'm not doing anything tonight.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, look at
Decided.
that, folks. That's how bad movie night happens.
According to the SpongeBob episode, when they get stuck in Sandy's dome and it's snowing, when she calls, okay, sorry, I read them out of order. Leviathan Den says Patrick already is Pinhead, because in that episode, Sandy calls him Pinhead Larry.
This is true.
That's a deep dive. I know exactly what you're talking about. I like it.
I'm Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. Aren't those the names?
I'm Dirty Dan! Yeah.
I'm Dirty Dan. You know what's weird is how much I instantly gain respect for somebody who gets SpongeBob references.
Yeah, it's funny how much our generation like holds it as sacred.
Hold it in high esteem. Yeah, it's very sacred.
I remember I was
To sit
in
on SpongeBob is anathema.
I was in a college class and we were all I don't know how the conversation got started, but it's the same conversation I've been in many times where we were like discussing like good episodes, and then it turned to like us discussing when the show stopped being good and how it had to do with writers leaving and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden we were just like in it, not realizing that we were discussing SpongeBob for like a half hour, and all of a sudden our professor's like, "Huh, you guys really like SpongeBob?" it's like yeah. Yeah,
It's weird because like there are so many things that like are from our childhood that we will ironically pretend to love, like Smash Mouth's All Star or Shrek. Like sure, like those movies are those things are enjoyable, but they largely are mimetic our enjoyment we get out of them still. Like those things are just, for some reason it's funny to us to bring up Shrek or Smash Mouth's All Star.
Right.
But like SpongeBob is not, even though like SpongeBob was definitely forced down our throats as kids, like SpongeBob is still like just actually dope enough that like people will unironically talk about SpongeBob and like reference SpongeBob. Like
yeah,
funny.
It's an actually great show.
From like the same time period as Shrek, All Star, all those things. But when we like talk about Shrek and All Star, like it's all it's a meme, but for SpongeBob, it's because we genuinely love it, and it's kind of wild.
Who put all these pins in Pinhead's head?
Who put all these pins?
Who pinned his head?
Does Freddy Krueger have like? He just kind of wears work boots, right? Like he doesn't really have like.
Yeah, he has the red and
Freddy...
green striped. I think red and greener. It's like red and brown.
It's like red and
stripe.
like very drab, olive drab sort of color.
Striped shirt. He has the hat.
Yeah.
And he has like the burn marks all over his dome.
So I gotta say, one thing that happened at the end of first season of Stranger Things that I did not see coming. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the first season of Stranger Things. If you haven't, trust me, I was there. But it was the fact that Eleven exploded at the end of it. I did not know she explodes at the end of that season.
Oh, she blew up. She blows to bits.
I managed to walk away from never seeing the first season of that show for like the last however long. And not get that spoiled for me. But
she's gone forever now.
She's gone forever. She definitely doesn't appear in the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how that ended. It's been a while.
What's your best impression of Freddy Krueger trying to get like order off of a phone sex line?
You place an order? Is that how it works?
I don't know. I didn't know how to phrase it, but Freddy Krueger, you know.
Sorry, I never do this. What? How much is it per minute? What the fuck?
20 a minute.
No, I didn't ask how long. I asked how much per minute.
That's what I'm saying.
20 per minute?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Expensive.
I guess I don't know. Does that
What
mean, is that
how is a sex line a
Christmas.
thing that has ever been successful?
I don't know. I can totally understand why.
Van Pleb says, you can tell Brandon has no experience in this area. Yeah, I haven't worked on a sex phone line in a while. I'm a bit rusty. I wasn't the...
Hi there. I'd like to talk to your finest lady.
Should do the Freddy is the sex worker on the phone.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll do that.
I take off my giant leather claw and throw it on the floor.
I let my hat drop to the floor in a sensuous manner.
I turn into a grotesque spider monster and crawl across the ceiling towards you, seductively.
I slowly run my finger down your thigh.
Bitch.
Here we go. And scene.
That was good stuff. That was some good grade A improv right there. It's a wonder we haven't been hired by like the UCB or something like that.
Right? Like, we're still waiting for SNL to get a hold of me. Van Pleb says, it's getting a little steamy in here. Yeah, sorry, we're probably getting all our viewers hot and bothered. Might go against
That's
Twitch's
when
terms
my
of
bed
services.
explodes into a fountain of cum.
It's kind of like the scene with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referencing.
And it
Like
always
that's-
ends with him
that's
turning
all
them into a car.
Yeah, it always ends with him
His
doing
climax is he turns into a car and drives off and the credits roll.
I feel my toes curl, and then I turn into a car and drive away with you inside.
You're banging on the windows trying to get out, but you're secretly happy to be there.
The safe word is somnambulist.
What does Freddy do when he's not tormenting teens in their dreams? There's got to be some downtime. Like he seems to operate in a specific time zone, right? So he has.
Yeah, he's like in one town.
Aside from the occasional nap, most people are probably not. He really doesn't have office hours during the day.
I would say he decoupages. You know, I feel like decoupaging would be right up his alley.
He just sharpen his claw menacingly for like the 14 hours of the day.
That's not what decoupage means, you goofy.
No, your SpongeBob looks like meat.
That's kind of what his face looks like a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't look scorched. It just looks all sinewy.
We've noticed that in these the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, they like to set Freddy on fire, and he's just been on fire so many times that you kind of start to feel bad for the guy. How much can you melt? I think at one point he's a skeleton too. Oh, that was.
Yeah, he did. He has been melted down into a skeleton, and then he's been fine. Weird.
His skin is like. You know, he's able to come back from skeleton form, but he doesn't heal all the way.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how much of that is theater. You know, like his job is scaring kids.
Well, he can shapeshift into any form.
Yeah, we've seen him as just like the actor who plays Freddy. Like he's just like.
Yeah, he doesn't need to like actually have that face. It's or maybe it's like in X-Men. Mystique is always just like when Mystique is just like, I hate hiding, and they're just like, you can transform into like people, like you don't have to hide, and she's like, yeah, but I have to concentrate to be that form. I want to be able to be myself, my blue skinned self.
She is always saying that.
Yeah. Which I always thought was really goofy because I've seen the X-Men First Class movie, I think it was, and in that movie they have Beast, and he's like a scientist, and he and Mystique become like lovers over the fact that they both have to hide who they are, like their mutantness from like people. But like Mystique, like her whole body turns blue and like all weird like textury and stuff like that, and like Beast is just like got big furry feet.
Beast? What? No, Beast is fully blue.
No, he's fully blue in the later ones, but in X-Men First Class, it's just his feet.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
And like X-Men First Class, he's just like, I got blue feet. I don't like because like how he in X-Men First Class, he and Mystique like drink potions, I think, that are supposed to take away their mutantism, so that can blend in. And for him, that's what turns him into the full monster. When before it was just his feet, and it was so goofy because Mystique is just like, I hate hiding. He's like, I have to hide too. And she's like, oh really? My skin is my whole body turns blue. And he's just like, I got big blue feet. I have to wear shoes. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah, it's not. I have to wear custom shoes.
These things are not the same.
Do you remember in the old X-Men who played Beast?
No, I don't know. I never actually saw the original X-Men movies, like the first three. Never saw.
It was Fraser Crane.
Was it really? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it Kelsey Grammer?
Kelsey Grammer, yeah.
I say Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh no! Okay, hold on.
And Niles
I'm
is.
having a brain blast here.
Niles
Professor
is
Xavier
Nightcrawler.
is their dad. Their dad's always in the chair. Professor Xavier is always in the wheelchair. Oh, we're gonna have to draw that. Not tonight, but sometime we're gonna have to draw Fraser X-Men.
I agree. I'd like to see that.
Because it would definitely have to be Daphne Moon as Mystique. Roz would have to be Mystique because Mystique kind of uses her body to, like as like.
I mean, there's a lot of female X-Men.
Well, there's a lot, but I'm thinking like specifically a female X-Men who uses sex appeal to her advantage, which I think is also pretty much any female X-Men because it was made when women were not as well represented in comics. But Mystique, I think, is explicitly supposed to use her body to like, because the character Roz on Frasier, she sleeps with a bunch of people. Niles would have to be Cyclops.
Wolverine.
I feel like
Wolverine.
Okay. Well, I feel like
I don't think that's a good fit. I just think it'd be funny to see.
No, I don't think it's a good fit. But here's what I'm thinking. So it's Frasier as Beast or Frasier as Wolverine, because that would be funny too. Even though he's Beast, but it doesn't matter.
Eddie could be Beast.
Eddie could be Beast. Niles would have to be Cyclops because then Daphne would be Jean Grey.
There you go.
This is
all coming together.
None of this is official, obviously. We have not been hired by the Frasier team.
Maybe we can get, there's always those weird spin-off comics. Maybe we could get Marvel to pay us to make Frasier X-Men.
That would be incredible. I would love to get paid to draw Frasier X-Men.
Alright, there's my... I'm not going to do his whole body, I don't think. There's my... Squidward.
Looking good.
Are you going to do it, Patrick?
I was
Or
thinking
should we
about
call
it,
it?
but we're kind of running low on time, right? We should probably call it.
It's up to you. At least color SpongeBob's teeth. Sponge Fred.
Oh my god, I totally forgot I had missed his teeth.
If you do it, Patrick, I'll do the rest of this Squidward, but we can also call it for this week.
I want you to do the rest of that Squidward. I'll do a quick Patrick. Just a real.
In the meantime, thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate it as always.
Yeah, thank you.
We got Leviathan Den, we got Crazy Kyle, we got Van Pleb. Thanks, and Xenoots, thanks for joining us.
Xenoots was here, yeah. Crazy, yeah, we already said Crazy Kyle.
Thank you, Crazy Kyle, for getting up to 15 months. That's awesome. Leviathan Den, awesome. Thank you for your nearly a year. That's awesome as well.
Thank you all for your continued support.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky folks to have viewers like you.
Yeah, like we could be doing this to literally nobody.
We have in the past, and that was
many times.
Very discouraging. But this is nice. I enjoy doing the show. It's a fun.
I like it too. Yeah.
I look forward to it every week.
Me too. I have a great time. But it is nice to have people.
Yeah.
Alright, so then Michael Myers just kind of wears like a flight suit. Like a work
It's like yeah, exactly. Jumpsuit.
Like a sewage worker.
Oh my god, that mask. It's really upsetting to look at.
It's a pretty creepy mask. This is like the second time, or like not even, like we've done it many times where we've mashed up SpongeBob with like...
We did SpongeBob and The Shining and got some really great drawings. I should definitely post those on social media, being it's...
Yeah.
That,
we also did
spooky season.
SpongeBob and Yakuza.
That's right. Those were some good ones. We had
Ollie
on the show. Yeah. We should have Ollie back. He's good.
There's a lot of people I want to bring back.
Yeah. Everybody who's been on the show we should have back, honestly.
Yeah.
Except for that one person. I mean, they know who they are. They are not welcome back. Yeah. Oh, you mean the radio DJ?
Yeah, the radio DJ, the douche voice act, who was, it was that one week I couldn't make it, so we had the douche on.
Yeah, I recall.
I'm ready to color this Patrick real quick.
Oh, you know, I Wumbo. He, she, me, Wumbo. Wombology, the study of Wumbo.
I do want to bring up real quick, while you're finishing that, the SpongeBob Shining drawings, because it is spooky season, and those are some of my favorite, one of my favorite things we've done on the show. Came out real good. Let's see if I can find them. The two like really good ones from it. Here we go. I'll show it. We got this. This is your SpongeBob twins in the hallway. A true classic. And then this we also did the this. I don't know if you've seen The Shining, you recognize the scene, but this is really bizarre scene.
That's so funny. Look, I do love the weird pop culture mashups we do on this show.
Yeah, it was always a good time.
Here, I'm gonna post real quick my Frasier drawing from last night.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I don't think.
It's not very good. I made it in MS Paint because I'm still getting my new computer
Whoa.
set up.
We should do an episode in MS Paint one of these times.
It'd be pretty fun. Real quick, that's my.
I like it. Daphne. Oh, Daphne and the dad definitely scanned pretty well.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Your Eddie is. I have no
as
words
the
for that.
You know, I had a picture of a bunch of the Cenobites open when I was drawing that, so I managed to do them pretty well, I think.
I think so too.
I've done my Patrick.
It's a great Patrick.
They're all good. I like these.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna save these.
Before you save it, let me just make one last change.
Sure.
Okay.
Watch DrawBomb on Mondays at 8.
Yeah.
Those of you who are already here,
Earlier.
thanks for being here. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Thanks
Same
for
bat
tuning
time,
in.
same bat channel.
That's right. Yeah, have a spooky, scary Halloween, but not too scary, and eat a bunch of candies.
Bunch of candy. Eat it all. Get the cavities.
Your dad would slap you in the face if he heard you say that.
You would. You would get so mad at me. Is there anything you want to plug?
Nope, not me. I don't got anything this week.
Got nothing
Alright.
to plug yet.
Then I'm gonna play us out.
Brady. But yeah, this is the 808's remix of DrawBomb theme song. If you have remixing capabilities and you want to remix the DrawBomb theme song, check us out. Let us know. Go ahead, submit it. You know, we have them all. We have all the remixes available on the Discord. Come say hi. Thanks again, folks.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.